I don't know a man who hasn't been cheated on, but in this video, I want to explore what happened to me when I got cheated on. As a child growing up without a father, I fought to get a hold of my emotions. I recall my first major experience of feeling what I now understand to be self-awareness. My mother was never the type to compromise with me as a child, and I'd find myself desperately wanting to express how I felt when I'd be accused of doing something my mother saw as wrong. But to her, that was considered talking back. At the time, I found it extremely difficult to accept that I had to just shut up. So I would proceed to just blurt out whatever was on my mind. That would earn me negative repercussions every single time. I recall that moment when I had what felt like an out-of-body experience. I was observing myself talking back, and as I was doing it, I thought, this isn't going to end well. Even more disturbing to me at that young age was that I had no control over it. I watched myself talk back whilst asking myself to stop before I get punished. Not only could I not stop the punishment to come, but I also was so stubborn that I couldn't even bring myself to explain this experience to my mother, even after things had died down. I can recall observing my emotions get me into trouble again and again. That is, until I understood how to work with them, to override the powerful self-destructive nature of emotions. Emotions are completely unaware of the limitations of the physical form and will run you off of a cliff if you don't figure out how to get them in check. Each emotional tantrum was a learning experience for me. The negative emotions will likely be either embarrassing in some way or provoke more serious consequences. This fact is what disciplined me. And over time, I learned to find balance of emotion and logic by consciously learning from my experiences throughout life. My current state is the ability to use emotion rather than allow them to use me. And this has been true for many years at this point. I state that to reinforce the idea that self-mastery is the only worthwhile pursuit in life. Knowing who you are and where you're going and what you want throughout the journey is all that matters. Once you understand that and make that your reality, nothing or no one can change your mind. Even when something as traumatic as heartbreak occurs. For me, heartbreak requires a unique circumstance. In my reality, the only way to cheat is deceit. If my lady keeps open communication and brings to my attention anything of concern, no matter how negative she feels it is, I can accept that because my feelings don't get devastated by the truth. It is what it is, and as a man, I must adapt to whatever that reality is. For example, if my lady verbally expresses to me that she isn't happy and is considering moving on, her telling me that may sting a bit. However, it's a fair warning that if I cannot or will not adjust to whatever is letting my woman down, it's likely that she will find it elsewhere. I can then simultaneously make the adjustments needed to keep her in my life while I brace for impact of either an honest and clean breakup for her to find someone better suited for her, or the worst case scenario, that it somehow happens while I'm trying. At least I was given the option to walk away or prepare. That's a woman that I can respect and appreciate. We are all human and no one is perfect. Now, the type of emotional blow that's most traumatic for me is to be deceived. and blindsided by cheating. After putting my heart in a woman's hands, which requires trust and a belief that she'd be careful with it. Now, this can vary for the individual, but the pain level is the same no matter what triggers the emotional heartbreak. Heartbreak is an emotion that causes mental and physical pain like no other. It's crippling, feels like it would never end. If you are empathetic and have experienced heartbreak and weren't suicidal, I'm sure you can understand why some do go that route. The emotion is so strong that it feels like the death of who you once were. You realize that you would never be the same again. As you begin to recover, your logic slowly recovers. Your mind seeks a system of protection so that this would never be experienced again. That is the resilience of human nature. So what happened to me at this juncture? Well, I decided I must become whomever I needed to be to counter such an unexpected blow. At least prepare to block it should it occur again. I searched for weaknesses in myself. I took accountability for my neglect in the relationship. I thought of how I too may have caused this pain to other men throughout my life when I too played with other men's women. Not to hurt anyone, but because I just wanted what I wanted. And how I caused the same pain to women who loved me throughout my life. This must be karma. I needed to be better. I could never again allow myself to become so comfortable within a relationship. I should never settle down into entitlement. And if I choose commitment again, I must earn my lady's love every day, and she must earn mine. I should leave no space for doubt in her mind that I am the man she needs. For love, I will risk heartbreak. To have a romantic partner I love is the most rewarding to me. That is who I am, and that is who I shall continue to be after every heartbreak. But I shall take every precaution to avoid heartbreak, holding myself accountable for whom I choose and how I treat them. I will stay ambitious, healthy, and dangerous, so that I am a representation of what it is to be a man. I know who I am, and having a woman I can call my own, for me, is one of life's greatest rewards.